Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 82 of Black Lake Settlers. So, before I get going, I just want to say again that today will be the vote day. Yes, I left the form up, and I'm going to leave it up all day today as well. The patrons took a little bit of time to get back to me about things to go on the form. That's why it wasn't published for last episode, so we'll just leave it up for one more episode. But that also gives me time to work on finishing the reactor building and possibly buying some organs, trying to cross some things off my list here because it's getting a little full. Alright, let's get going. So first things first, let's go over the one tip I have from Colonel. Yep, that is his name. Adding that back to my home zone so that we repair it and maintain it. So that's a very good idea. The base here, we are just burning up the last of the corpses. We still have a little bit of rebuilding to do, but even our shell stockpile is looking good. We used all but one shell, so now we're back up to 7. So that's good. Let's check in on our outpost. So Griffin here is still healing from the elk attack. It is pretty funny that he got bashed by an elk. Doing some hunting. The building here needs I don't know, maybe 100 and so more stone to finish off. We do have some stone cutting going on here. We have got a door that leads to it easily. Now the idea here is to try to drain out the lake in a way that it will allow us to sort of corral all the enemies that want to attack us normally into going through the lake, making it very, very easy for us to kill them. Bob, why are you starving? Wait, you're not starving. You're idle. Okay. That was a misclick of some sort. So what I'm doing at the outpost, because I don't want to wait a full year, is I'll just make a lot of bridges and make a lot of moisture pumps. So if I'm making a lot of moisture pumps, I do have 37 components here. But yeah, if there's any more components, definitely I ought to mine them up. We can ship in a lot of the required materials for the defense of the base from back home, but if I can source anything from out here, I really ought to. Additionally, there is a very small % chance that there's res serum inside this ancient danger. I'm not going to tackle that this episode. I think it's probably might be getting voted on right now, so next episode likely. And what I'll end up doing for all of you patrons out there is once I do pop that baby open, that's a good way to introduce some more patron characters. If that's how I introduced a lot of the current patron characters. What I do is I edit the pawns down there to match the patrons, you know, changing it so that they're not overpowered necessarily, but yeah, we can go ahead and do that again. So Endelos is here at the outpost. He's just hauling the remaining steel that was left from the miners. So what we might want at this outpost, because we're supposed to strip mine this, is to send Vex and Dano back there. So let's go ahead and do that. Form caravan. Vex and Dano being a power couple and happy to be mining. I'll head on back there. So Cupid is just outside of Tadan. We are looking to trade for some more organs. He's just about out of food though. Let's check to see. We have kibble and 1 fine meal. So yeah, we are definitely about out of food. We can always ship him food or buy it there. I think shipping it might even be cheaper. Looks like these... Alright, let's lift some... First, add in the firefighting, and then lift some restrictions here. So, Velik and Chris back on safe zone. Wolf, I want to be unrestricted. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall this beer shelf. We're really not using it. And then this can become tile. It no longer needs to be bridges. He's going to destroy a Thrumblefer jacket. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to stop him. Have at it, man. Tear that thing up. It seems like a lot of effort. Alright, well, at least the catharsis will help, right? Wait, this is the interaction spot for... Whoops. Maybe actually stand inside the room. Alright, looks like DQ has plenty of limestone blocks queued up. Let's look at DQ. Should be constructing now. Okay, Dano's heading southbound. They're doing some mining for components. Oh, speaking of components. Yeah, there is a wealth of components up in those ship sections. So Griffin, what are you working on now? You're just resting again? Alright, can't fault you for healing up. That's pretty much what I wanted you to do. Caravan has arrived, and yeah, they haven't really had any change of sale offerings here. They did re-up their silver, so they'll be able to afford a lot of my stuff. That's kind of unfortunate, I guess. I could buy a bunch of gold, but that seems to be... Oh yes. Oh, yes. Okay, well, at least this trip is worth something to me now. Let's go and check on Gdua before we head home. And his days of food are dwindling. Let's see. He is set to... I always forget how to see the food. You gotta drill all the way in here. No lavish. Okay. So, if we zoom in on our home tile... Let's go oh, this is already full of Wake Up. And you were trying to binge on Wake Up. Alright, let's not empty that out. No lavish, so we'll give him 10 more fine meals and 150 more kibble for being out there. But he's coming home with Doomsday Launchers, so that, let's just say, tickles my fancy. So there's been a lot of questions about whether I'll add more people or not to the community, and the answer is yes. I'll just be a little bit more selective about it now that I've hit the required 50. I was required by vote to get to 50, but now that I'm out 50, I don't feel the need to add criminally useless pawns. I know that offended some of you guys, but... at the end of the day, I'm more honestly interested in completing this challenge than trying to cater to every little pawn. Because there was a while there that I was not sure that it was doable. But I've changed my mind. As long as I don't get some sort of freak doomsday launching pirate raid landing in the middle of my base, I should be okay. As demonstrated here, I had 80-something enemies land basically adjacent to my base, and I was fine for the most part. As long as I have some prep time, I'll be okay. Alright, Wolf, let's go haul the wood away, haul the sandstone away, and then work on the tiles. Cupid ran out of food, and that's just about literally when the pods landed on his head. Funny. What I have found is if you stare at him like this, it doesn't update the amount of food. even though obviously he has food, so. So yeah, it will update eventually. All right, Mr. Griffin, you are not going to be set to bed rest. I need you working. Ransom demand for Longshank. Okay, so Longshank was someone that appeared up in this area and was captured. He wasn't a particularly useful pawn, but he is part of our community. And I did get him captured, and it was kind of my fault because I could have had him caravan out and the raider would not have caught him. And I kind of feel bad about that. So, the only issue I foresee is... Okay, here's what we're going to do. Our beacon was destroyed. No, it's right here. I really ought to have that out there. Okay, that's a different matter. All right, let's install the beacon, and they'll call back, and we'll just pay the ransom. It's more than the dude's worth, but I don't care. It's fine. How much granite? I have plenty of granite. All right, flooring. Getting all that plasteel. So you can see there's a lot of underground metals around me here. This is uranium. Haven't even checked what some of them are. Most of the small ones are, this is steel. No longer binging on wake up. Cool. She goes on a lot of binges, I gotta say. Chemical fascination might be one of my least favorite traits, because they binge on things that can kill them. Alright. So, let's go ahead and install this. Oh, Druid's already doing it. And then Wolf is setting up the beds here. Changing the romance room. I haven't really decided who goes in next. I've asked for volunteers from the patrons, but given the sort of psychological torture that might ensue, not a lot of people have volunteered. Alright, so we have a little bit of a raid. What tile is this? At our hunting outpost. And everyone is currently asleep because they're night owls. Vex. Alright, we're pretty well geared. Alright, so we paid off the ransom. And I'm going to remember to move my beacon, finally. Let's go ahead and destroy this chair, as we have proved it doesn't do anything for us. And here's Longshank. So Longshank here was someone's father? Yes, was Wildman's father. And he is a misogynist, slothful, quick sleeper. Just gonna call him Wild Dad, because he's Wildman's father. Makes sense to me. It looks like he actually has some useful traits. He can be our grower. So, not all negative. But, first thing he chose to do was strip off his parka. Alright, Roxygo, you're standing right next to the orbital trade beacon. Let's haul that baby out. I'm sort of curious if I had my orbital trade beacon out here, if the raiders would have targeted it for an attack rather than, you know, landing sort of on me. But, you know, I can't go back into time. I'll never really know the truth. Alright, let's finish the granite flagstone. Alright, it's time for you all to wake up. You're not particularly well geared, so I'm not particularly concerned. I should have been out there a little sooner, but whatever. I'm gonna have them pick targets. Don't use them as a human shield, please. This was a little kidney that was destroyed long ago, I hope? Yeah, it was. Alright, they're going away. I'm just gonna go back to my routine here. Vex, you'll have a bunch of people to heal. Oh look, you set them on fire. Tend and tend. Alright, so there's a low psychic drone here, which is driving people batty. Griffin, let's actually be in the room. I keep moving that thing, and I keep not moving it far enough. Running all the way around the map to do mining of components, I think, is what's really harming moods here, but it needs to get done. Alright, so we have all the blocks in place. That's great. And the next thing would be to make a reactor, I suppose. I'm going to trim out all of the plants. Trying to sterilize my ship construction. Alright. So the ship will go here, obviously, and I'm only going to make the reactor before I spin it up. Man-hunting cat. This is a cool little battle zone, though, I gotta say. It's like, are they just gonna bash the cat to death? No, no. Okay, they're not actually helping me. Okay, is this gonna come down to a melee? Alright, fine. Whatever. Not even gonna take the cat's corpse. Who needs it anyway? Alright, so we have this end table good that we can install here. Oh, there was another floor that I overlooked. Oh, this is still bridge. Wait, why is it? No, it shouldn't be bridge. Remove it. This is looking more and more like a hotel room. Kind of a nice hotel room, to be honest, but a hotel room nonetheless. Minus the red light. Alright, Psychic Drone is ending, so that will help out our outposters. Wild Dad helping to grow. Yeah, this door is getting a lot of use. Good for them, I suppose. Endelos got tooled up. Dano and Vex, they're okay. I guess what I'm going to do is just put out this forest fire before it spreads a lot more. With Vex here, I'm not even going to bother burying anyone. I can just dump their bodies and set them all on fire. yeah, I forgot I had gold up there too. That's good that I sent the miners. Oops, that little banishment caused some negative moods. That's absolutely my fault. Actually, work, haul. There we go. That's a better order of things. Alright, so the romance room is pretty ready. Very impressive little barracks there. We're getting through slag. People getting insulted. Looks like, yeah, a lot of our crops are coming in. Oh. Hey, look at that. We drained everything around here. Full drain. Alright, before this expands further, I'm going to have Wolf break those down. I don't need to drain out this shallow water. As people have warned me before, you can't drain out deep water. There's literally nothing you can do to drain deep water. Deep water is like overhead mountain. Once it's there forever. But you can drain shallow water, and I wouldn't really want to do that if I could help it. Cool. So I have had some suggestions draining this out here for more space. I could drain everything up into this spot here. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Additionally, what I could do is set a bunch of IEDs and make this all bridges. And just when enemies are all stacking up around here, which they do, they'll all, you know, set on fire, get themselves harmed or killed. And another one catatonic. Speaking of which, Dominica is very close to being able to be reintroduced to the community. I think I'm just going to put a mini turret here. Make it less delectable for sappers, and then I'll do one here as well. So I had an assignment for sapper defense. Now, yes, this area here is not very sapper defense friendly, but yeah, whatever. Base doesn't need to be perfect, just good. Alright, you guys have been killing yourselves trying to put this fire out. Let's just focus on the fire close to home. Yeah, Vex, look what you did. Vex is like, I don't care. Nothing happened, I didn't do anything. Jesus, lady. Set fire to everything. Why aren't you using the kitchen, I wonder? I like how she's cloud watching in the middle of the ashes of her self-caused forest fire. That seems fitting to me. Looks like we need a grower here for this ambrosia. Did I have other ambrosia patches that I've since forgotten about? Maybe not. We do have is an insane amount of things to hunt. So I might want to add some hunters down there. Ones that can take care of themselves. So maybe... well, it's kind of full, though. We don't really have any other bedrooms. Oh, I know why they're not using this, because it's prisoner. Durr. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. And that's all my fault. Alright, let's go ahead and start hunting the megafauna. The dangerous megafauna. When did I lose this kidney? I don't really recall. One of you might know. So the reactor room is done. No, don't send a wimp in there. Ooh, don't send someone with a uranium mace in there either. We're looking to subdue her, not cripple her. Wow, she took a dive. Are you still trying to punch her? I don't blame you, Dominica, but okay, she stopped. Wait, don't strip. I was trying to clean. No, don't warden either. What are you doing? Clean, clean, clean. There we go. We don't need the prison to be gross, is really my chief concern. So it looks like we are currently, what, working on a bionic eye? Yeah. Feels bad, man. We had a perfectly good one, and then we kind of butchered it. And the chance of us butchering that eye was pretty low, but it happened anyway. Just making sure that the rhinos don't fight back. Ooh, I also need to do some repair here. I'm going to have Endelo set to construction number 1 so that he repairs it. How's Cupid coming along? He's pretty close to where he needs to be, I guess. Oh, we've been low on food a bit. Let's go ahead and butcher because I just realized our food dwindled to 0. And that's not good. So here we are at Gdua. They have got... Wow, what a waste of a trip. They have nothing. They have a golden Ikla for 7 grand. Cool. You guys suck. What was this? For junk? Yeah, for junk. Alright, return home with those Doomsday launchers, I suppose. My recurring goal is to attempt to buy organs, but obviously we've only bought a lung. And we really haven't had any overhead traders either. There's not a lot of people that fly overhead for us to interact with. That might partially be because of the Storyteller settings. They just... Some, you know, I don't know. All I can say is I feel a little neglected, but that happens every now and then. All right, so we're fixing up these old steel mini turrets. So you can see this forest fire has been raging unchecked. We're out of beer here. We were never really drinking it. No, I'll resupply the beer. The next time someone comes down, I'll have them bring some beer. So this is a lot of pine trees. I am sowing a lot of trees. I don't know why y'all voted for this, but I'm doing it. Curious as to what the purpose is, but I'm happy to do it anyway, I guess. The ranch area, I'll also add over here to it. so that they can go back and forth. I don't want them on my hay grass because they'll eat it prematurely, but, you know. Looking around, I might have actually some marine... Yeah, I have a bunch of... These 2 pieces of marine armor are pretty decent, and not for dead people. So I could armor them up a bit more. Now, the only issue with marine armor... Oh, look at them. They're all moving around now. Stretch your legs. All the marine armor here, it does slow you down, so it's not something that you necessarily want to be wearing all the time. But it can be incredibly helpful to keep you alive when you're getting shot at, stabbed, blown up. Not so much burned. It doesn't really have a high burn resistance. Okay, Bionic Eye is done. This was for Gob, who now has 2 mangled scars on his eye. Alright, install left eye, give him properly good meds. And... where is Wolf? Wolf, you're gonna do the surgery. You're gonna have to redeem yourself. This is at the ship. Hey, I get to ignore this one. The ship actually doesn't really have any defenses yet. Just people. I'm sure I could have won that fight, but I'm not going to worry about that. The refugee requests. Which does make me realize I do need to... I need some love at this ship, right? You know, I need some... And by love, I mean some defenses. So what I'm doing here is I don't want it to be full up on plants. So I'm going to roof off all of it, except for where the ship parts are. It's a big old room, but it needs to be big. Alright, so... just for my own sanity here. Surgery success chance here. So we have a success chance of 132%. Okay. It's well lit. We're using proper meds. We're using an excellent hospital bed. And there shouldn't... yeah, he's good now. He no longer has a butchered little eyeball. So some bionic arms and legs, and then maybe I'll start making marine stuff. Although we're inheriting it from raiders, so it's not 100% necessary. I know I still have this ship part out here. My worry is it's just full of mechs. I wager that it probably has more mechs than I have people in my community. I'm almost tempted to just create a copy of the save game, pop it open and see. Just to see if my suspicions are true. If I could go the rest of the game without having to pop that open, I'd like that. Unless I have a giant raid that, you know, heads out that way. If that's the case, I can try to steel mortar it. Try to get lucky and hit it first try or something. I could clear out mechs the old traditional sniper rifle way, but if there is as many mechs in there as I sort of suspect there are, it will be like 10 episodes of me trying to snipe it out. And that's boring for everyone, I think. Just trying to get Dano back to hunting. And Delos is doing a good job of repairing the base. Some of our prisoners can now walk around. Cupid's heading back, and yeah, we got a nice surplus of wood. Heat wave. Where is this heat wave? At our hunting outpost. That's okay. I think given that it's, you know, midsummer, I should be okay. That's a joke. At least these guys' moods are a little bit better. So Vex, are you? Yeah, you should be mining. Oh, the ambrosia's about to get cooked. Alright, all the rhinos or just the one? Just the one. Run, Dano, run! Oh, yes, it's raining. Oh, rhino noises. Whoever made the sounds for this game did a wonderful, wonderful job. All set. Man, that is a huge swath that burned. Well, everyone, I gotta say, this episode has not been action-packed, but it is coming to a close. If you have any feedback for me, drop me a line. Oh, a quick reminder, go ahead and vote. The voting polls are up. They'll be up for the remainder of the day, and tomorrow I'll reveal the new goals. Yes, so to vote, all you gotta do is hop on Rhadamant.com or the Discord and cast your vote. So thank you for your vote if you end up voting. But back to the credits. Yeah, if you want to be included in the credit scene here, all you got to do is become a patron. And it starts at $1 a month. That's, I think, pretty fair. And yeah, if you don't want to do that and you want to support me anyway, like, subscribe, share these videos with friends, that kind of stuff. That all real helps me, and I'll have to catch you all later. So thank you all for your feedback and your audience. Adios.